You're not going to just have your head filled, you're going to have your heart inflamed. Two schools of thought, the infilling of an empty, in regards to education, two schools of thought, the infilling of an empty vessel or the enkindling of a vital and vibrant mind. And so we're trying to be provocative and engage people in this seeking of excellent leaders. It's a 4-letter word. I'm sorry. A 4-letter word. I don't mean to be offensive. Do you want it? W-A-N-T. Do you want excellence? And if you can answer that, even with a smoldering flax of an answer, this is for you. If you come with an open mind and an open heart, and you engage in this provocative process, you're going to leave with new ideas, new concepts, new applications, new insights into yourself, new insights into how you can actually pursue and achieve excellence. Excellence is always out there, just a little bit beyond our grasp, but we'll continue to pursue it, and how you can change the world.
Hello, everybody. We're here with Eugene Wallace, and this is the inaugural episode of the Excellent Leader podcast. Eugene, welcome. You're in Dallas. I'm in Austin. Tell us a little bit about the Excellent Leader framework and why is this important, and who it's aimed at.
Thank you, Fernando. It's good to be here. I appreciate it. Thanks for making time for this. Candidly, we've worked with leaders and groups of leaders for the last 40 years. And over the last 25 years, we've done it through the Excellent Leader model, which is a framework of 8 essential characteristics. Are they the only 8 characteristics? No. Certainly people can come up with their own paradigm, their own characteristics. These are the 8 characteristics that continually show up as we work with leaders who are in pursuit of excellence. Candidly, we work with leaders to help them discover what they want and why, determine where they are with candid, brutally kind honesty, help them to develop their plan, and assist and encourage them as they do the work. We typically do this with businesses and organizations that are in pursuit of excellence. So the framework, we actually have the Excellent Leader Index. It's 8 essential characteristics, and each of those 8 characteristics have 8 sub-attributes. And so the assessment is something that people can take individually. And for those who are not faint of heart, they can have other people, stakeholders, give them the feedback. I would like to call it feed forward, because they get the information and then they can chart a path forward in their pursuit of excellence. So that's what it's all about. It's really quite simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's been a joy to develop this. We are refashioning the Excellent Leader model through the eyes of St. Thomas Aquinas. Not that it's exclusively St. Thomas, but it's founded upon Thomas's understanding of these characteristics. What are the 8 essential characteristics of an excellent leader, as we've believed we've pulled it together? For the Excellent Leader model, 8 essential characteristics are: first, the desire for excellence. You really have to want to pursue excellence. It really is an essential. The second is working for the common good. The third is seeking wisdom, that active pursuit of wisdom. And then the next is developing authentic friendship. It's really critical in terms of connection and ability to develop a network of colleagues and compatriots and other people in pursuit of excellence. Then practical wisdom. How is this wisdom applied? How is it lived out in the everyday life? And then enduring courage. We'll get into all of these definitions. And then articulate communication. How are you able to articulate and engage in written, verbal communication? And then finally, it's profound love. So really, profound love is at the beginning and the end here, because all of this is done in and through profound love, which has God as the highest friend. Where our work is all ordered towards magnanimity of spirit, where it's pursuing profound love in and through God.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So if we were to integrate all of these 8, and these are not limited to these 8 characteristics, but with an excellent leader, we're focusing on these at the moment. If we were to integrate all these 8 characteristics, what would be like the ultimate expression of the Excellent Leader model?
Okay, yeah. So that's a great question. The reason we started this about 25 years ago is because we found those leaders that had this desire for excellence didn't necessarily have a path forward. And so we try to define, winnow it down to 8 characteristics, and these 8 characteristics have developed over the years, the last 25 years of working with uh, hundreds of organizations, thousands of leaders from around the world. What we found is that when a leader is moving from good to great, or 85% of that movement boils down to these 8 characteristics. And again, they've developed and evolved, and some of these now have taken on a personal experience and our ongoing knowledge base and experience with leaders from around the world. So these 8 characteristics can be said to make up 85% of the difference between a good leader and a great leader. You might recall from good to great. Well, here's the deal. This is about from great to excellent. And so these 8 characteristics, when they're embraced and pursued, both those that are strengths and those that offer challenges, it gives a leader a very practical, tangible, uh, visceral means by and through which they can personally tailor their own path forward to excellence in coordination with a coach, mentors, other colleagues. We have leader groups where these 8 essential characteristics of an excellent leader are discussed and brought to bear on real-time opportunities and issues. We have an environment within which we create um, uh, we create an environment, a process within an environment that takes on these issues of confidentiality and sometimes they're challenging issues. Right? You know, am I going to have to fire someone? Am I going to buy a company? Am I going to sell a company? So we integrate it through leader groups. We integrate it through C-level, the C-suite, and their leader teams. We integrate it within family-owned businesses, closely held businesses, as we do strategic planning and leader team development and succession strategies. These 8 essential characteristics of a leader continue to show up and provide a framework by and through which leaders can pursue excellence.
Mm-hmm. There's something that I noticed about these 8 characteristics, Eugene, is that 4 of the characteristics are kind of like standard, leadership, excellent things like desire for excellence, seeking wisdom, uh, practical wisdom, and articulate communication. You would expect to have that in some kind of a leadership framework, but then you temper that, or it's balanced out by a work for common good, authentic friendship, enduring courage, and profound love, which I think is makes this so special. I was wondering if you could talk to that point a little bit, Eugene.
Yeah, that's a good insight, and I appreciate you pointing that out because the characteristics that are going to take a leader from great to excellent are not necessarily those hard skills and abilities like the ability to read a spreadsheet or balance sheet or cash flow statement, or the ability to be hard-nosed and fire a bunch of people, the ability to strip out the resources and assets of an organization to turn it around, right? So those are the 15% that takes a leader from good to great. These are the 85% that take a leader from good to great and then from great to excellent. And so it is, you'll see internal, right? The magnanimity of spirit, and then the external, the way that excellent leader engages in the other. And each of these characteristics are rooted and founded upon St. Thomas Aquinas's understanding of them, understanding of how they're put together. Did Thomas Aquinas talk about enduring courage? No, but he talked about courage and that it was enduring. Did he talk about authentic friendship? Well, yes, maybe not in those words in that order, but friendship is huge throughout Thomas's treatise and his works. And so you see that there's an internal oriented for the magnanimity of this leader's spirit to reach beyond, to not understate their skills and abilities and to not overstate their skills and abilities. And then there is that interaction, profound love, which is really comes from being a friend of God, where God is the highest friend, and then being able to be friend with other people. Because you've heard it said so often, whether you like it or not, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And what we're saying is it's both what you know and who you know, and It's how you actually do it. And I think that's where our model differs, right? We discover, determine, develop, and do. And so we're interested in transformational leaders where this leader moves from good to great and from great to excellent. So it's not, I think everybody can pursue excellence as a leader. I don't know that everybody will. And so we are seeking excellent leaders. That's the name of our overall project. It will be interviewing leaders from around the world. We've interviewed leaders, Dr. Jordan Peterson, a brief interview, and we got cut off, but I hope that will continue. But we'll interview leaders from around the world. This is an open invitation. Holy Father, if you see this, I'd love to interview you. Great presidents and great leaders from around the world. I'd love to interview you, to ask you, what do you think are the 8 essential characteristics of a leader? We will be doing this project. This endeavor is not done. We're really just re-beginning it. And so we'll be actively compiling data. I'll be working, this will be part of a doctoral project that I'm doing. So we'll be compiling data and validating the Excellent Leader Index and the Excellent Leader 360 so that leaders from around the world will have a tool, a practical tool that they can use for transformation. They can use it for transformation with their leaders as they're trying to lead them up, and particularly through succession strategy. The leadership pipeline is very difficult. It's getting harder and harder to fill a leadership pipeline. And when you look at family-owned businesses, it's particularly difficult. 7 out of 10 family-owned businesses don't make it from first to second generation. 9 out of 10 don't make it from second to third generation. We're actively trying to sustain the legacy one business at a time. It may not be that we sustain that business, but the legacy is in the business. The legacy is the work ethic and the morals and the underpinning principles that cause that business to be a success and to succeed and to be sustainable. Look, we're just trying to get in the way of organizations and businesses failing, and we want them to pursue excellence. And this is a framework that's been very, very successful in many, many ways. We ultimately end up bringing greater value, helping to build a better value into the organizations, into the businesses. And it's been a joy working with people who are sincerely want to desire excellence. And for those who might think, well, they're not talking about me, I would just ask you one simple question. It's a 4-letter word. I'm sorry. A 4-letter word. I don't mean to be offensive. Do you want it? WANT. Do you want excellence? And if you can answer that, even with a smoldering flax of an answer, this is for you. It just requires that you have that desire, right? Delight yourself in the Lord and He'll grant you the desires of your heart. Do you want it? I think everybody has this spark in them. And I'm biased. I think everybody is a masterpiece in the making. It's just that some of us have a harder start than others. My life is an example of that. And yet, when we have this desire for excellence, it really can come about. And I've been fortunate, I've been blessed to have people show up in my life that speak into my life, challenge me, support me. I've had tough situations that have been, candidly, they could take you to your knees. And when that was where God wanted me, that's what I did. And He blessed me through that.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that's a topic for another episode.
Sorry. Yeah.
But it would be interesting to pursue that. But it seems like as though the other thing too that kind of stood out for me from the excellent leader framework is that it's not only about creating better leaders who are better people, but also in kind of like almost like changing the world. Like you want to do a business to make a profit, or do you want to make a business that makes a profit and also makes the world a better place for them having interacted with it? So
that's right on. I mean, it's not just for business. It's not just for an organization. It's not just for the legacy. It is about helping leaders pursue excellence so that their impact upon the world, that magnanimity, that greatness of spirit, that working for the common good, it's all ordered to a transformation that accrues to the benefit of the world. And we all know people who have done that. And it hasn't always worked out well for them. So this is not about fame and glory. This is about finding the creative genius. If we're all created as a masterpiece in the making, right? Michelangelo said, when people asked him, how did you did you sculpt David? He said, I freed David from inside the marble. And that's what this process is. We're just simply trying to help people discover who they were created to be. We help them to free and allow God to help them free their native genius, that for the sake of which they were created, to know, love, and serve God in this life and the next, to make a difference, to change the world.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So why don't we get a little bit into this event that's happening on the first Monday of the new year of 2026, Monday, the 5th of January, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yep,
The University of Dallas, SB Hall Multipurpose Room. Tell us a little bit about that and about some of the speakers that people are going to be able to learn from in order to start their journey on being an excellent leader.
Yeah, and Kedley, we think they'll continue their journey, right? Because we're not the beginning, we're not the middle, and we're not the end. We're leaders on the road with you. And so anyone who desires excellence as a leader is invited and welcome to come to this. We have certain groups that we've reached out to. Someone said, let's just fill the room, get people in the seats. And what we want is the right people in the seat. Well, how do you know if you're the right person? Ask yourself this question. Do I want to be an excellent leader? And if you have even the slightest flicker of, I kind of would like to, then this is for you. We have Archbishop Corleone, Salvatore Corleone, coming in. He'll be presenting on courage, enduring courage, with a perspective on Pope Leo and his understanding, his perspective on the leader. We have Dr. Jonathan Sanford, the president of University of Dallas, a philosopher in his own right. He'll be presenting on seeking wisdom. We have Dr. Michael Waldstein, founding president of the International Theological Institute. He did the theology of the body. He did the commentary. So he's the guy on the theology of the body, and his work on the common good is cutting edge and incredibly well thought through.
And then there's yourself, right? You're going to be speaking as well.
And then I'll be speaking on desire for excellence and authentic friendship. And we'll have some other presenters as well. This is a must attend. The format will be 20-minute presentation, a little bit of question and answer, and then work in leader groups around the table to see how these characteristics actually show up in your life, or how you'd like them to show up in your life. So it's meant to be transformative. It's meant to be provocative, not prescriptive. You're not going to just have your head filled. You're going to have your heart inflamed. Two schools of thought, the infilling of an empty, in regards to education, two schools of thought, the infilling of an empty vessel or the enkindling of a vital and vibrant mind. And so we're trying to be provocative and engage people in this seeking of excellent leaders.
Yeah. And so, and I hear what you said about, we're traveling with you on this path, but if you were to, if we were to sell a benefit to this, that sounds a little gauche, selling a benefit as if this was a soap or a medicine or something. But if we were to say, what am I going to get out of this event by attending this? How could you summarize this for a potential attendee?
Yeah, candidly, my first response is you'll get out of it exponentially more than what you put into it. So if you come with an open mind and an open heart, and you engage in this provocative process, you're going to leave with new ideas, new concepts, new applications, new insights into yourself, new insights into how you can actually pursue and achieve excellence. Excellence is always out there, just a little bit beyond our grasp, but we'll continue to pursue it, and how you can change the world. It'll become increasingly clear to the degree that you put into this, you're going to get exponential amount out of it.
And I think what you said is so key, because I think, with the increasing pace of change and with social media and AI now, we're also bombarded by, long to-do lists and demands on our attention. So it's really hard for us to think creatively and to look at new ideas. And I think what you said there is you'll get out of this way more than you put into this, and you'll be able to see things that you never saw before in terms of what is in your potential and what you can possibly do. And I think that's critical in this day and age for us to slow down a little bit and to interact with like-minded people. Eugene, I don't know if you wanted to comment on that.
Yeah, no, it is no small thing to be convened with other leaders in pursuit of excellence. There will be so many positive connections and opportunities that come from this, through this, for you and for those who are there. Convening of people, of leaders who are in pursuit of excellence, who could become friends, is incredibly powerful. Over the last 40 years, I've had the privilege of convening groups of leaders, groups of great leaders, and I've watched excellent things happen. Sometimes I'm blown away by what occurs just by the meeting of one leader of the other, and they make a connection that has a global impact because they've supported one another, they've generated a new idea, or they came with an alignment or a network or opportunity that they otherwise would never have come across. And so the networking is a significant part of this. So as we gather leaders in pursuit of excellence, we'll do this again in DC. We're going to do it other places around the country. It's going to be different every single time because the presenters will be different, the participants will be different, and what'll come out of it will be, again, exponential to what people put into it.
Right. And so you're expecting what, like maybe business leaders, faith leaders, nonprofit leaders, education leaders?
Any leader. I had a housewife say in one of our presentations, well, I'm not a leader. And I said, oh, really? What's your definition of a leader? Right. And we defined what a leader is. And she said, I think a leader is self-sacrificing and working for the common good and trying to do better and encourage other people to do better and to be able to communicate really well. I was like, do you do any of that? Uh-huh. Well, I would say you're a leader, and it's not meant to slather peanut butter over the world. Everybody's a leader. What I'm saying is, I think the seeds of an excellent leader are in every human being in the world. I think every single human being, every life is a masterpiece in the making, regardless of the challenges that occur. And the reality is, if we can create an environment within which people can get in touch with that and spark it and step up and discover that for the sake of which they're created, the purpose that they have on this earth, I'm joy-filled because that's what this is all about. I don't have to see the finished product because for me, it's really creating the environment and having a process by and through which people can take on their pursuit of excellence as a leader. And I think everybody has that seed of greatness in them, that masterpiece in the making.
All right. And then for people to be able to register to attend Excellent Leader, again, it's the 5th of January. It's the first Monday of the new year. You can go to
Excellent. The link down below, right?
Yes, the link down below, which is what you will be seeing on your screen. I don't know if you want to say any closing remarks, Eugene.
No, I really appreciate it, Fernando. Thanks for taking time with me. It's good to be here, and this is a work in process. Even though we've been doing this for 40 years, and now we've done it 25 years with leaders in pursuit of excellence through the excellent leader model, we are refashioning this, and we're inviting everyone to participate in the refashioning of the excellent leader model as it becomes a means by and through which people can pursue that seed of greatness that's in them, become the masterpiece in the making that they're created to be. So we hope you can join us on January 5th. Look forward to seeing you there.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.